I
Can you?
can't see you.
I can't see myself. Oh, what's going on?
It shows the difference of the weather.
Ah, yes. It's starting to
So
get a little cold.
forever summer, Miami forever summer.
And here it's getting colder. It's
You
getting a
don't
lot
have
colder.
heat.
No, not in this economy.
No way, you're lying to me.
It's a hot commodity. I'm happy I have a house, let alone you want heat in it. What is this privileged generation that doesn't work and just wants things handed to them?
Mm. So welcome back. This third episode. I can't believe it. We're making it.
We're doing it.
Woo! Clap up for us. Give it up for ourselves. Yeah. Bravo. Thank you. Thank you. Third episode of Laugh and Chill.
We've been laughing and chilling nonstop.
I need to see more emotion. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Bravo.
I'm a little golf clap. Snaps, poetry slam.
Boring.
All right, I'll stick with the claps. Do you get well, if you were doing a stand-up routine and people just started snapping for you? How would you feel?
Like a lot of people with retardation is seeing me.
I no the fans. It's because they like you.
A lot of people with retardation are my fan.
I I guess I walked into that one. I don't know who are your fans. Equal opportunity.
Mm. Yeah, whoever wants to laugh
No,
and
I
chill.
laugh and chill. That's right. If they're laughing and chilling, you're grilling them
They're
on
my.
their personal lives. You do crowd work?
I do crowd work sometimes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like. At the beginning, I thought it was difficult.
Hmm.
I still believe that it's very difficult.
Okay.
But um, when I see something and I can make not just me, but that person and the rest laughing at something that involve us or involve that person, I love it.
I see. So you love like having, people be a part of the jokes, a part of the humor, like in on the joke, like a part of the set.
Yeah, I like it. I like when people laugh and then when they are part of the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get hecklers?
Um, regularly, I don't.
No.
Regularly, I don't. Actually, it's it's been very rewarding the times I have shows and I go to bars where everybody's like, "Oh my god, I hate that bar. Everybody's heckling there. Nobody pay attention. It's a tough place." And my experience is completely different from that
Yeah.
opinion. And I'm like, "What? I love that place. It's like people pay attention." But then once I went to this place specifically, where everybody's like and there was a woman talking super loud all the whole show. I was like, I I tried to make her part of the thing, and then I tried to tell her to shut the f up and all that, and it was impossible. So
Mm.
I end up outside. Well, I finished my set and then I went outside and cried.
Aw.
And,
Yeah.
and two people approached me and said, "What happened? Why are you crying?" "Well, the people didn't pay attention to me because this woman was talking super loud, so I bombed." And they said, "Lorena, this is this place. This is what happened with everybody." And I'm like, That never happened to me.
Yeah.
I was always impressed when people said that. I was like, what? Huh? I didn't get it. But then I got it. Miami to me is like a school
Hmm.
for comedians because first, I think South Florida is not into the comedy culture. So it's like you go to a bar and then out of nowhere somebody open a mic and said, "Oh, welcome to the open mic, blah blah blah," and you're like, "What? I came here to talk to my pal, have a great time, you know." And people is like, "No, I don't want that. I want to keep talking with my friends." So grab that attention. It's hard, and
Yeah.
so because they're not for you. When you go to a theater after you spend 1, 2, 3 years in Miami fighting for attention, then you go to a theater and you're like, okay, who I have to fight with? Nobody. People is there listening, and so
Hmm.
you have a better show and you have better more opportunities to get better as a
Yeah.
comedian. So I think Miami is the best place for that to grab attention, to fight for attention. Oh, you don't want to pay attention, bam, 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 fighting with it. I love that, and then when I don't know. I start telling, calling names, people, insulting people, but in a nice way, you know.
Hmm. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Like the rougher the environment, almost like, the better it makes you. It's like when you train in a high altitude, like in Colorado, people go there and they run because there's low oxygen, and then you go somewhere where, kind of what you mentioned. I think like culture is very big in comedy. Like there's places where people are kind of like, there's a certain way of acting. And then there's other places which, have different cultures, and that's fine. But you go somewhere where everybody's like laser focused on you, and you're like, oh, this is so easy because I'm not, I'm used to like such a more difficult environment where people are like, on the phone while I'm performing, or I don't know
My
what happens.
goodness, my goodness.
Really?
I have one time I have a heckler, but that person wasn't. He was talking to somebody else. Period. You know. And then when I went to the stage, I think he heard my accent, and he find out right away. He figured it out that I need to pay attention in order to understand this woman.
Mm,
So he kind of shut up, and I was like, "Oh my god, the heckler shut up!" And then right in that moment, an open micer started interrupting my set, talking super loud, and I'm like, so the heckler shut up, and this open micer now is acting not professional. So I told him a joke. He got really offended,
hmm.
and he started like uh heckling me more and like, okay, now tell me a joke. If you're gonna interrupt my set, at least tell me a joke. So I just gave up, gave the mic, and I said, I cannot work with no professional people,
Hmm.
and I left. I cannot work with no professional people. Like we are doing comedy, you should know what's good for you. Well, give it to me.
Right. And it's so interesting, like you said, like if somebody's like a certified heckler and then they got with it, and then the certified professional, yeah, that's life.
Yes, and so well, Miami is a good place to learn a lot. And
Hmm.
then there is other places where like very famous, New York
Hmm.
or California. You go to the open mics and it's crazy because everybody in the open mic are comics or open mic.
Oh, you mean the audience?
Yes. So there is no
Oh.
audience because these people are into their thing, into their set, into their phone or whatever, but not there. And
Oh,
they
I see.
first laugh or smile. It's I always said the worst thing. to the worst thing to perform, the worst way of performing for a comedian is not without audience, it's with comedians in the audience.
Interesting. I would feel because don't they always say like, your rapper's favorite rapper or your artist's favorite artist? I would imagine, if you could make a room full of comedians laugh, like that was it. Like they always say like you're like a comedian's comedian or you're like a rapper's rapper or you're a singer's singer. It's like a different style of art where you're doing it for other creators in that space. And so you don't think that that's the case?
Oh yeah, sometimes yeah. When the first time I did comedy in Austin, it was packed.
Hmm.
So I had fun. Everybody was laughing, and I was good. I was feeling good. But then later, 2 3 days later, I realized this audience were just comedians. But I didn't know anybody back then.
Mm,
So crazy. So I learned that it depends of the place, it depends of the culture. But even though when you're telling a joke, new jokes,
hmm,
they're punching hard, for sure comedians will laugh
hmm.
if they're there. Like,
Yeah, it depends on what they came. Are they attending as an audience or are they attending because they're waiting for their turn to go up there?
yeah, they're
Yeah,
they're waiting for their turn.
yeah, yeah.
But when I'm waiting for my turn, sometimes I'm there
Hmm.
and I'm listening.
Right.
If I want to practice my stuff, I rather to go out, stay out, because well, obviously English is not my first language, so I cannot write and listen to somebody else at the same time because I get confused.
Hmm.
It's like when I'm trying to listen to open micers, comedians doing their thing, and I want to listen to their set, and if somebody's heckling or talking between them, I have to look at them and tell them, shut the fuck up, man. You don't let me listen. It's
Hmm.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
And
because
I get really pissed off when they're comedians. Really pissed off. Because when it's your turn, you want people to pay attention. Or you need people to be listen or silence for you to do a good show.
hmm,
True?
yeah.
So I think it's that mostly. Like, if you want to be respected regularly, you have to respect. But maybe I don't know the nice way to tell people to shut the fuck up, so I just say shut the fuck up, period.
Mm.
But I don't know. I don't English is not my first language again, so I don't know if shut the fuck up is very rude.
I mean, I would say so. It depends on the context, right? Because obviously, at a comedy night, like it can be said funny, but I
So
would
if
say,
I approach you and I tell you, can you please shut the fuck up, man, because I cannot understand the comedian?
yeah, I'd just say it's a little rude.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's why they hate me.
yeah, I'd say, sorry,
I
excuse
told
me.
them, I'm not rude. I'm a Latina. You don't understand me.
That's right. I'm saying it with love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like motherfuckers.
Mm.
I I don't get offended.
Yeah. Again, it's the context. So especially in comedy, right? Because it could be used like if somebody, like you said, on the street walks up to you and says surprise. Well, actually, I'd probably laugh. I don't know if you've seen those from Dexter, where the guy goes surprise, like to be funny. But no, in general, right? It's somebody who probably is like not happy for you who's saying that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, somebody told me, Lorena, that's a very strong word. Like,
it is pretty strong, yeah, if you think about what it
and I said,
means.
it doesn't mean nothing to me
Yeah.
because, once again, it's not my first language. So
Yeah,
when
it
I
is.
say it, I always tell my audience because who I love is my audience,
Mhm.
and some comedians that I really love and appreciate.
Yeah.
But I love my audience, and I always tell them, to me, motherfucker means I love you.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard it used in that context. There are people who they use it as a term of endearment, but again, you have to know because like you said, by default, I mean it means something very bad. And so how do you learn? It's the same way too. It's
How
like
bad? How bad can be if you it's not bad, unless
well,
you're having a bad moment or you don't like that person, you don't like that mother. But if you like that mother, you're having fun.
yeah. Yeah, that's what yeah, it can be I guess it's words are just however you want to use them. So,
So well, let's we already did the intro talking about comedy, and now
and now
we're going to talk about we have an amazing team for people who is going to watch this podcast. We're going to talk about 10 is easy 10
easy ways
easy ways
to make money.
to make money in 2025, 2026. Money, 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 money. What is the song? The money, 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 money.
Oh,
Dun,
is that
dun,
how it goes?
dun, 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 dun.
Uh,
Money, money.
I
I
know.
seen a movie.
I know the
A
song. I
movie
for some
in Greece.
reason can't think of it.
It's in a movie in Greece.
Is it
In
Mamma
Greek.
Mia in Greek?
Greece. In Greece. You know Greece? The
I've
country?
heard of it.
Okay. There is a movie who they made it in Greece.
Hmm.
And they use that song. Money, money, money. It's like a musical movie.
Is it? I mean, I think I know what it is. Is it Mamma Mia? I've never seen it.
Mamma Mia! You
Okay,
haven't seen it? Oh my
I
god.
haven't seen it. So I didn't want to say it and be
This
stupid, but
guy
I thought it
don't
was.
watch TV. You know what I did?
What'd
I
you do?
erased Netflix.
You did what?
Erased
You got rid of it.
Netflix and
Oh,
Max.
I'm gonna give you a clap for that. That's right.
And
The
I
only
download everywhere my Audible.
wow. You get a second clap. That's two for two.
Yes.
I love it. Are you going to be listening to anything interesting on Audible?
I am actually listening something about what we are going to talk today.
Oh,
And it's the name of the book. The name of the book is open. Okay. Now it's gonna open. The name of the book is don't the the secrets of the millionaire mind.
The Secrets of the Millionaire
It's
Mind.
secrets of a millionaire mind.
All right. So yeah, you're in your money mindset. I love it. Is
Yes, I am. And it's a very short book. It's just almost 3 hours. So I found that because I'm listening to another book. It's very long. It's 27, 30 hours of
mhm.
listening. And I decided that I need something short to feel. ¿Qué pasó, mi bebé? Hold on a second. Let me bring him to the live, to the podcast. Say I love you to people.
I
I
love you
love
to people.
I love you to people. I love you, mama. Okay, sit here and stay chill. Okay, so 10 easy ways of become billionaire in 2025. I was searching in Google how to make money
Mm-hmm.
without working.
Without working. Okay, so passive income, which
Uh, it didn't answer.
Google didn't answer.
How to make money without without working.
Hmm.
Um yes. Now it says the passive income. So he said that I have to read a lot of ebooks and take online courses, or maybe create ebooks and teach online courses,
Create ebooks and teach online courses. Okay,
which
yeah.
is
So
working.
what was it?
Which is working.
It is there's I think that like even the most passive of incomes, you have to do some level of work to get there, right? The question is how recurring your money stream is and how much work you have to do to maintain it. But I don't think there's ever like, they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, here's a free thing and you're going to make free money." I mean, unless you have a trust fund, I and again, somebody worked for it to get you and somebody works to maintain it. So, I don't really think free money exists.
Unfortunately, because that's my favorite job.
Having free money
My favorite job will be without work.
is not working. Well,
Blowing
uh
kisses.
blowing kisses. You could be a royal. That's work though. I mean, even the people that you see like their life looks fabulous, like there's a bunch of rules for them and
And
they have to
hold my tiara or my
hold.
crown is a lot of work.
Yeah, you're right. Sitting around all day. No, I think everything, right? Like somebody again in passive income, somebody had to become the king. That their great grandfather probably like, killed a lot of people or I don't know how you
That's a
become
lot of
king.
work.
That's a lot of work, And then okay, your kids, your great grandkids are good for life. But again, right? Even royalty, I think,
What would
it
you? What would? What? Which way? Easy way to make money you think is the easiest in 2025? How
yeah.
would you start it, and how would you do it? What would
So
you do?
you said two things right off the bat that I do think, right, depending on the amount of work that you want, are a great way to start. So the first thing that you said, selling an ebook, what is that? I'm going to speak about it more abstractly. The first thing that you can do is sell a digital product. And so it could be an ebook, right, which is like a PDF, but it also, right, people sell like, shorter PDFs, they sell videos, they sell like, recipe books. So selling any kind of digital product, you're basically doing information, right? You put information in some kind of digital product. Once you've made it and, provided you have some way of hosting it and always having it available for people to buy, people could be paying it for you for the next 10, 20, 30 years. And so, I mean, it does work, but right, the question becomes how do you sell it? And so I don't know if it's not working, but if you have a way of having people buy it, that's a great way to make money online.
Okay, so the most important thing would be what I like to do.
What you
Because
like to
when
do.
you do something that you really like, it's not work
Exactly.
because you're having fun. It's like I had a job long time ago in Venezuela, back in Venezuela. I had a job as a journalist.
Hmm.
It was working, but I was spending like a lot of time doing as a journalist in corporate because
Hmm.
it was corporation. Um, I was having fun, but at the same time, I was working as an actress.
Hmm.
And I remember to have the call to start recording, filming in the set 6 a.m. I arrived at 6 a.m. and it was 5 a.m. the next day.
Hmm.
And I have the same face and the same energy. And I was so, so happy all the time. I didn't
And,
get tired.
and that's an important part of it. So going back to it, right? You said holding the tiara. I mean, there's people who like they don't want to wake up every day and be on camera at 6 a.m. Like that's not for them. But like you said, for you, that could be so much fun. You're living your dream where you're like, that's not work because that's what I would do anyway, even if I had free time. Like you're like, I would pay to do this. And that's actually a big difference between a hobby and a business, right? A hobby is something that you pay to do. A business is something that you get paid to do.
Can I convert my hobby
Into a business.
into my business?
You absolutely can. There are again some things to take note of when you want to turn your hobby into a business. But if you're successful, it's one of the best things because, like you said, you might have a business where you wake up every day and you're doing something that you would love to do. And so, turning your hobby into a business is definitely worth it. However, I will say, you probably do have to learn some skills and some things that you don't want to do, maybe in the short term. And
I
so,
want to make a set. I want to create a set because there is a woman I heard, I haven't seen it, but there is a woman I heard, she is making a lot of money broadcasting
mhm,
while she's sleeping on
no, doesn't get any more
TikTok.
passive than that.
Imagine you're sleeping and people is watching and you sleep in your or you talk
Or you
and
sleepwalk.
all night.
Yeah. I mean, you can make money a lot of ways nowadays, and I think that yeah, the way that we have the digital economy, that's the next thing, right? Which is videos. And I don't know if you'd count that as a digital product. It depends on how you do it. But in the same way that
How
I
do
could
you
be,
do it?
how do you get
Because you
paid?
have a digital product. What is that? What you offer? How you can? How can I make money if I work with you and your digital project? What is that you offer that is a asset? What would be? How would you make my business to make more money
Yeah.
with your product?
And so that's a great question. There's really, again, three different ways of taking a business or a hobby and growing it and making more money. And so the first way, right, is sharing your value with more people. And so sometimes, right, like you said, people will have a product, and maybe you sell a digital product. The way that you sell it is message me on WhatsApp and text me which of my products you want. And then, maybe you have an online store or something like that. So the first thing that I do is I make it very easy for people to buy from you. And the more people that can buy from you, the more stuff that you can sell. So I'll host an online store. It doesn't even have to be an online store. It could be smaller than that and just a link in bio, or it can be bigger than that. And you can have an entire, automated system that's selling for you. So having somewhere where people can buy from you is one of the things that I do. Then the other thing is marketing it, telling more people. So maybe now people go there, but they don't know why they should buy from you. And so that's education, right? Let's say like you have something that I need, right? I need to laugh. I don't know that you can make me laugh. Well,
How
why
would you
not?
don't know?
I don't know. And so imagine if I'm all day. Have you? I don't know if you've ever
You
had
see
this.
this
Like
beauty? You see this beauty?
very beautiful. So like you ever have a friend where you're like, oh my god, I just wish I had a plumber that could fix my sink. And your friend's like, I'm a plumber. And you're like, you've been a plumber this whole time. I thought you were a librarian. And he was like, no, that was last month. I switched it up.
How did you turn from librarian to a
To a
plumber?
plumber.
Oh, I was reading a book, and then all of a sudden I realized that I like to be a plumber
I
better.
I love to be a plumber. Exactly. And so that
I
happens where
gave up all my benefits in the librarian, which is in the library, which are a lot. I don't think any librarian would be a plumber right away.
no,
Maybe they can clean the sink in the library, but never leave that job.
that's actually crazy if they were a plumber for libraries. They were like the go-to
And
librarian plumber.
and also I will tell you something. One thing I like librarians, they can tell people to shut the fuck up.
That again, something for somebody else that might be work. For you, that might be fun because you're like, I love to do it. I'm getting paid to do what
I
I
think
love.
I started doing comedy because of that. Because I
So,
would
oh,
like,
because you like telling people to stop talking.
yeah, I like to talk and I don't want nobody talking at the same time. Just listen, bitches.
That's right. Where there's other people, they hate talking. They're like, if you put me in front of other people, I mean, that's their worst nightmare. So finding something that you love.
You?
No, not me. I Are you kidding me? I could talk all day.
That's why I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I just meant other. There's somewhere. I'm sure if you look hard enough.
You are lying.
There's people that don't like talking.
Yeah, there's people who don't like talking.
No, of course, yeah, and especially like to be on a stage in front of a lot of people every day is, I think, like not everybody's dream. There's people who are like, I want to wake up, I want to, maybe they want to help the environment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like to wake up and feel the need to go to the gym.
Okay. You
I
like
like to
to
wake up, yeah, feel the need.
feel the
Like
need.
I wanna go there. But in order to do that, to feel that, I need to have a beautiful gym.
Okay.
Fancy, beautiful gym with cool people.
So let me just summarize what you said. You want to go to the gym.
Exactly.
Okay. And the thing that helps you is having a very pretty gym.
Yes. Fancy, pretty, cool, chic, where people is cool and everybody get together. Hey, hi, how are you?
And so then if you think about it, right, if you're a gym owner, this is another thing, right? If there could be 3 gyms around and you could still make business because you've fulfilled a need in the market that other people haven't. And so this is another thing, right? Where you're like, how can you help somebody with a business? I mean, having a business is understanding how to help people ultimately. There's another side of it. There's dark economics, which I don't want to talk about, which is how you make money screwing over people. But in general, right, if you take like Econ 101, they're like, there's goods and services and you help people. And so if that's the basis of an economy, like you said, there could be 3 or 4 other people doing something, but it doesn't help you because imagine there's 5 gyms around you and you don't go to any of them, and then I convince you to go to the 6th gym. And then you work out for a year and you get fit. It doesn't matter that there's 5 gyms because none of those gyms, right? You don't go to the gym to go to the gym. You go because, like you said, you go somewhere beautiful and you like being in an environment that you like. You go to the gym for the health benefits. You go to the gym because you want to sauna,
Socialize.
socialize. And so understanding the actual benefits that you're giving people and not just the features is very important in a business.
Yes. Like, okay, then what is another way to make money? Easy money.
So you can teach people. And so that was the other thing, right? We have digital products, we have teaching. And so information, right? If you have it as one-on-one teaching, you could do group teaching. You can teach with, again, a book that you write, but more importantly, generally like spending time with somebody. So coaching, that's something that I'm seeing a lot, and especially in this economy, right? Like the coaching business is huge. And so if I know how to help you, going back to the gym example, like maybe you can't go to the gym, but if I call you every morning on the phone and I say, Lorena, did you go to the gym? And then what do you do when you're at the gym? Because you go to the gym and let's say you're socializing. but your goal isn't to socialize because you're like, I can do that at the comedy club. My goal is to get a six pack, right? Because that's your goal. Or my goal is to be healthy, right? Maybe that's another goal. So
Yeah.
aesthetics is a goal. Health, and really health is a goal to do something, right? I want to have a certain quality of life, let's say. But those are different things. So if I'm a coach and I can distinguish, why aren't you going to the gym? Because you say you want to be healthy, but it's not making you go. Actually, it's because I've realized the reason you want to go to the gym is because aesthetics. So if I speak to you to the thing that you care about, which is how you look, you go to the gym. I'm
Yeah.
helping you reach your goal.
But genetically speaking, I have the aesthetics. I don't
So
even need
then,
to go to the gym. I want to go to the gym because of the socializing part. I don't socialize in the comedy clubs.
why not?
I don't know.
So you like
I
to
go
socialize
there
at a
to
gym.
do my to work. That's work.
I
To
see.
do my thing, have fun doing my thing, and then at the end, I talk to some people, audience. I give them my thing, my coaster.
Uh-huh.
I give my coaster or my stickers. I talk a little, and then bye.
So it's interesting what you said, right? Because and again, it's always like other people would go to a comedy club for fun, but if it becomes a job for you, it becomes work. And then you're like, well, actually, I want to go to the gym legitimately to talk to people because
Yes,
it doesn't tire me out like it would at a comedy club.
yeah, because even though I have fun and I love this work, I love this job, I love working as a comedian, still work.
Hmm.
So I learned, I've been learning that you don't make friends in your workspace.
Mm,
It's just colleagues,
yeah.
co-worker. You can make friends with time. People who are there, who you're there for them. You build a relationship that end in a friendship. But it's not the primary thing. You going there for work. Oh, happened that I met you. Oh, happened that I like you. Oh, happened that I can trust you. Wow, happened that we can work together. Happened that we get along together. Now we can be friends.
Hmm.
With time.
I
Time.
agree.
But
You,
and the gym is the same, but from the first day, there is no working, there is nothing. You cannot do anything for me or against me. Nothing. We're there for the same purpose, like teamwork, no competition. You're doing the same exercise I'm gonna do. How you do it? Doesn't hurt you? It did. Oh, let's put a thing. Oh, let's do. Oh, still hurt. Okay, let's do this.
yeah.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what you did yesterday night? Oh, you cheat? Oh, how cool. You cannot do that at work.
Very true. No, and it's so interesting. And again, everybody goes somewhere for something different. I personally, I love socializing at the gym because, like you said, though, like I'll get bored during a workout. So if I go with a friend, it's always way better. And like you said, you could go, you could have fun, you could accomplish something, and it gives you like a shared activity to do.
Actually, the best, in my opinion, the best way of um, socializing is if you register not just in the gym to work out, to lift weight or do the machines and stuff, but to a class. I
Yeah,
used to go
that's
to a
another.
hit class and
Mhm.
also to a like a body pump class, which is like like those classes that
Group workout.
follow
Yeah.
someone, but you are lifting weights with somebody is telling you how and dancing at the same time you're lifting the weights and stuff or the heat. So they change you with different teams every
Hmm.
time. And while you're doing it, you're talking and you get to know the person and you see that person every, 3 days per week, every morning. And then you end up arriving almost at the same time. Oh, let's do this. Oh, this is this. Oh, you want to come to my comedy show?
Oh, now you're yeah. And so again, when we go back to like different ways, like that coach, right, is putting on different routines for different, right? Like, high intensity interval training is different from like a body pump class, is different from a spinning class. And so a professional is organizing that. And you're going to go for many different reasons. You're going to go for the health benefits. You're going to go maybe to socialize. You're going to go because you like maybe the decor. I don't know who goes to the gym because they love the aesthetic. But no, actually, like that is important. I've been to like nicer gyms, and then I've been like, I really like it in here, and you prefer
Yeah,
to be in it.
I
Some people
think
like the
that
old school.
those
Yeah.
classes online, like those training workout online, that's a kind of boring, end up dying because people needs people.
Yeah.
Part of the working out. The working out is not just about the body; it's also mind, soul, it's spirit. We need people need socialize. People need it.
I think that's part of a bigger trend. Yeah, that people like in the past we had socialization, but we didn't have like a lot of stuff, let's say. And then we didn't have a lot of, information in the sense of like there were, books became a thing and then newspapers became a thing and then TV became a thing. And then we got the internet, and so, people before they would socialize all the time, but they didn't know what was happening across the world. Now it's the opposite. Now we know what's happening across the world, but we're always stuck and we don't talk to people. And so, like you said, I think people really do need to socialize, and we're seeing the momentum move back
Yeah.
towards.
Also, and no, not also at the end, like all people.
Mhm.
There is like the one of the three most important things that all people need to do is socialize.
Mm.
They need to.
I think
It's
everyone
like part
does.
of their health.
Yeah.
If
No,
they
children
don't,
too. I think children also, like, if you don't socialize like as a
oh,
child,
it's the same.
it's the same. And then adolescence, right? And then even
That's
like
why
middle age.
because I'm
Huh?
old people.
No, no. No, I think it's really for everybody at all stages, right?
Oh, you
That
know what? I in the passive income stream. One of the way of making money without working is start a blog or a YouTube channel.
start a blog or a YouTube channel. Yes. So that brings us to the
I
next part.
know. I need you to pay me. God,
So yeah, a blog or a YouTube channel. So what do you do when you start a blog? It's very similar to the digital
writing.
product, right? Same thing with YouTube. You're communicating. So a lot of people on YouTube, they entertain or they teach through the form of video, right? A blog, you're entertaining or teaching through the form of like the written word. And so what you're doing there though, your business model is a little bit different because you're generally selling ads or you'll have like a paid subscription. So you can do a paid blog where people just pay for access, or people can pay, it can be free to access, but they have to view an ad, and then in that case you're selling the traffic to somebody else who monetizes.
Mm, you think that um maybe we need to find the numbers of people who start doing a maybe a blog or a podcast and they stop it and they didn't accomplish what they started.
I think it's most, I want to say, like they say, it's like over 90% of podcasts, videos, channels like
What
don't make it, you
the
know.
people gave up.
Yeah, people stop, and especially too the people who are successful, like they'll say it. They're like, I had somebody the other day who was telling me Mr. Beast took like 450 videos until he got like really big, and he was just making videos for a while and nobody knew who he was. Or in the same way, right? Like other podcasters will say, if you haven't gone through like multiple hundreds of episodes, you never get there. And so, how many people stop before their 400th episode or their 400th blog post or their 400th, anything? I think it's most people who try.
Yeah, I heard that most of podcasts don't do more than three
Yeah.
episodes and they leave.
Yeah.
I'm not a quitter.
Well, that's
That
good.
took me so long to quit drinking.
You said I won't
I
quit. No,
quit. They made me quit.
they made me quit against my will. I would have kept going too. You're like the guy who's like,
The other voices in my head told me to
mm,
quit, so I stopped it. Thank God.
the one thing that's worth quitting. No, yeah. I mean, I think what you do, right? Like, well, number one, I don't think that's really terrible because let's say podcasting is not for you. Better to find out 3 episodes in rather than like 700, and then you're like, I'm the number one podcaster in the world. I just realized I hate this.
I'm not. I'm not that person. I rather to do 700.
You'd rather do 700 and realize you don't like it.
Yeah, I don't care. Who gonna
Yeah.
say? Who? I always said this phrase in Spanish. I'm gonna translate it like who have who has or who have who has the the measurement to measure anything. You know, you cannot know if I'm good or bad. Like, I don't believe in test. I don't believe in competition.
Hmm.
Because one day you can win, but that doesn't mean that you're better than me. You know, people
Yeah,
can say
I
maybe 50% of the people who saw the whatever this podcast that we're doing said there is bad, and maybe it's because the 50% that we like it haven't seen it.
mm,
So I never believe that nobody have the measurement, the thing to measure if
mm.
you're good or bad for something.
Yeah, I mean, again, who is to say like you could have somebody who nowadays is considered terrible, and then after the fact, everybody's like, "You're terrific." That was Van Gogh, right? Van Gogh would paint stuff, and people were like, "Eh," and then he died, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is the best painting ever. You're so good." He wasn't getting that when he was
Picasso,
alive.
Picasso.
I feel like at the end of his life, people. I-
I always think that Picasso has an amazing PR.
Oh, you saying you like him or you don't like him? Oh, you don't like him. Okay,
No, it's cool. It's cool.
but he's not the
It's cool
best for
because
you.
they told me that it's cool. Because back then they have those people who does like the David or David,
Mhm.
those sculptures with those perfect faces
Yeah.
made it, and all those painting the in the church, and then this comes. It costs 23,000 more than the. Oh, who told you that? My PR. And so it's like when the art basel 2 3 years ago, somebody came and put a banana with a silver tape in the
Yeah.
wall, and you sold that shit for 5,000 or 15,000, and somebody bought it, and then what?
So
What is
now,
that?
yeah, yeah. Now we're gonna talk about art, which I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on this and all the
That
stuff
person,
that you talk.
money laundering.
Well,
That's
that's one of the thoughts
it.
for sure. Is
Oh,
like art can be used for money laundering, but
I cannot put this knife on my neck right now. I don't care if
no, no,
you.
no, no. You're.
I'm
I
gonna
I
say
agree. I think modern art, a lot of modern art. Number
it's
one,
not really art.
well, again, I wouldn't go that far because I think you can have really good modern art, but I think some of it was used, like you said, for money laundering purposes. I think some of it was political. So, for example, I might have a political reason that I want somebody's artwork to be famous, and that's been something that people have talked about. The third one, though, is taste, or the fourth one, right, is taste, where, like you said, maybe
Ah,
people
well, I
after
like banana. Yeah.
I like well, I think like the banana example is maybe a little extreme, right? But like art usually comes with a context. So even like you said, for example, like Picasso. Picasso was somebody who, when he was very, very young, yeah, the cubism, right? When he was very young, he was super talented and he could paint as good as like those like Renaissance masters.
Yes.
So what happened was he grew up, he could already do that when he was a kid. And so for him, he was like, well, I don't really see, like I could do this, but I want to try going in a different direction. And so the point of something like cubism or different art styles, even impressionism, right? When people first saw impressionism, which is like Van Gogh, they were like, well, it doesn't look as real or as talented as something else, but maybe it gives you a different feeling. Maybe it changes how people look at the world. Maybe, so I see the value there of like having different art movements, having different art
You know
styles.
what impress that impression that I have that the Picasso has a very good PR. When I
Uh-huh.
was studying public relations and journalism in Canada, the teacher of my favorite teacher, by the way, of PR of public relations, she told us to find somebody to do to read their bio, and we have to write a bio of ourselves to give to publish when we die. That's the first thing. When you are as an artist, hire a PR person, the first thing you ask is to write a bio that is going to be released the day you die. In that way, nobody's gonna publish whatever they fucking want. They have to publish what you decide 30 years ago.
Mm.
This PR is gonna be adding information on the way, like movies or whatever you do. So I read amazing bios from people, amazing my classmates, crazy stuff, very good. Um I choose in that moment to read, because we have to choose somebody we admire to have a bio close to that person, somebody who we relate to. And I choose Picasso. And then my classmates were like, "Oh, you're very humble." Like, what? I think he got a very good PR.
He's a relatable guy. Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. I think too, like you said, like public perception plays a big point in it. Or it plays a big role because the test that I use, right, is and it's hard. You really can't do it well. But I like to think of like, okay, if I didn't know anything, and again, some people say you can't do this, but like if I look at an artwork and I don't know who made it or like, and again, it's hard if you can take the context away from the artist. But if I look at something and I like it, irrespective of who made it, for me, I think that that's a great thing. And like you said, somebody can show you something and say this was made by a famous person. You have to like it, and maybe you don't. And I think that that's like the beauty of it, which you can all have your own tastes, you can have your own opinions, and then ultimately, like you said, public perception can be about what people find interesting, and that can change throughout time and history. But it is very true that a lot of it is, influenced by people who actually are trying to shape public opinion, and that's PR agents, that's, media, that is, paid voices. And so there's always a mix. And then you could also do it could be timing. Like maybe you're an artist and nobody cares about you, and then some event happens in the world and it gives you the opportunity to have people know about you. And so there's a lot of factors, and ultimately, if you're known, how you're known, and how you're remembered.
um I want to ask you something. You
Okay.
consider that you are your word?
You are your work. That's a crazy good question. Do I think you are your work?
Your word.
Your word.
WORD. Like
You
you, when you promise something, you do it
I
all
mean
the time.
I think it's very, are you saying in general?
In general, all the time.
Do should people like, I think generally yes. I think if you say you're gonna do something, like I mean that's ultimately like
No, you,
society.
you.
Oh, me personally. Okay, so not generally, me personally. I I would say so. Again, and it depends. There's obviously times where you fall short of your own expectations or things that you try and set out and you say you're going to do it and you don't achieve it. And I think that's life. But yeah, I mean, if I try and
No, the result is never in your hand,
right.
definitely. But when you, like you said, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna be there at that time, you always, coño, ¿cómo se dice? Honor your word.
Do you honor your word? Yeah. No, I think sometimes I not I'm gonna be like you. I'm gonna be too humble. No, I think sometimes I honor it too much. Sometimes I realize like I was working with some people and I never liked setting appointments because if I set an appointment with somebody, like I really want to be there and I don't like to, go back on it. And I was working with some people that like they'll set appointments out like 3 months in advance. And I'm like, how do you do that? And they're like, oh, well, I just cancel it if it like it doesn't work out. And so I was working with some people who like, they would reschedule things like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. And I was like, I didn't know you could do that. Like I would be afraid to make an appointment because I mean, obviously, like I can reschedule, like stuff happens, but like to reschedule 12 times with somebody for me is like crazy. But that's how other
Is
people do it.
off, totally
Yeah.
turn off. Like in personal life, in working, in everything. Like if you fail, if you don't honor your word, if you offer something and you're not
Yeah.
that person, you're not there to accomplish what you offer. If you in every single way, it's like, I don't want to work with this person. I don't want to.
Mm,
It's a turn off totally. Like I try. I most of the time I like, if I said something, if I promise something, I try to honor my word the best I can. If I can't, I will tell you in advance. Listen, something happened, or I don't feel this way, or you know, you know. I try to manage the way of even try to say no from the beginning.
yeah.
Let's not start this. Let's not make an appointment.
I think it's how people think about it. I think sometimes, like you said, like if you're going at it from the idea of if I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna do it. Some people think they're like when I make an appointment, it's always tentative, right? Other people think like if I make an appointment, I'm going to be there no matter what. And so, like you said, I think there just has to be communication of like what kind of appointment is it? Because the context depends too. Like maybe, it is something where
You tell-
it's easy to
What kind
change
of
and
appointment is this? Is a maybe appointment or is for sure
it's a
appointment?
for sure appointment.
Is
No,
it
no, and
an appointment or this
I've
is a Latin appointment?
it's yeah, no, and it's
Or
it's
is
it,
this a British appointment or a Miami appointment?
it's exactly like that, right? Where I think the context is very important and you go to different areas or you work with different people in different industries. And in some industries, and again, generally people do like what has made sense historically. So like in an environment where we all know each other, we're all like always moving about. Maybe yeah, you just keep rescheduling always because it's cheap and easy to do that. But if you don't set something down, it's bad. Whereas like maybe, in a world where you're very far away, you have to drive and you meet in person, and like it's very important that you show up, and if you don't, like you've wasted the entire person's day. People are very strict, and so you kind of have to learn like where are people at, what's the culture. This is actually another thing I've seen too, is like they've written books on like in different parts of the world there's different business cultures of like how direct are you with your superiors, how do people plan and manage appointments and all of that stuff, and it varies, right? It varies across cultures, it varies across people, and yeah.
Um, this is less than 1 minute because I wanted to finish do it for 1 hour, but um, what do you think it would be the most important quality that you have to practice in order to make money or to be successful?
The most important quality that I've seen, and it sucks because if somebody was to tell me this, I'd be disappointed. I'd say that's not true, but I think it is true. It's your mindset, and I've spoken to a lot of business people a lot of successful people. And the thing that I cannot get away from is the way that you think, the way that you see the world has to line up in a way that you make money. Because you can actually know all of the skills to make money. You can, be more talented than everybody else. If you don't have a mindset for making money, it's very difficult to do it, because it's something that you have to specifically do. And I think that certain people have it and other people have to like learn how to do it. And everybody has a different relationship with money, I think, depending on how you were raised and where you're at. But the people that I've noticed who really make money, they have a certain way of thinking about money that makes it possible for them to do that.
Okay, if you want to make money fast, you cannot do comedy. Forget about it. Go get a job. Do
Go,
Instacart.
go get a job. Yeah, no, again, the way that you make money at anything at scale, like again, it's supply and demand. So why would people pay for you to do it? Right. And so that's the question, right? If I sell, and so you asked about different ways to make money, and I know we talked about so many other wonderful things. So I guess people have to stay in tune in the future for more ways that we talk about, right? You can sell an event, right? If I sell an event and 1,000 people show up for $1, I've made $1,000. If one person shows up for $10,000, which happens, there's coaches who charge $80,000 for an event or whatever, or speakers or anything. So how much money is the world willing to pay you for what you're doing? And it's the same at the small end. If a small number of people pay you a small amount of money, you're going to make a little bit of money. If a lot of people pay you a lot of money, or even if a lot of people pay you a little bit, or if a little bit of people pay you a lot of money, that's the way to do it. So I'll end with this, which is something my old teacher told me, which is there's two ways to make $1 million. You sell one thing for $1 1 million times, or you sell one thing for $1 million.
Think about it, and let's see each other next Saturday. And next Saturday at the same time, 7 p.m. Laugh and chill. No talk. This guy
No
never.
talk. I was trying to think of something witty, but you know.
See you next Saturday, crazies.
Bye, everybody.